children. In our last video, we have discussed the properties of the matter, or we can say the characteristics of matter. And one more characteristics or one more property, it is very much important property for the matter, generally in case of gaseous state of the matter, because they having very low intermolecular force of attraction, they having the tendency to get diffused, and this is called the diffusion property. And what is diffusion property? The intermixing of the states of the matter, like the intermixing of the particles, this is called the diffusion. So we can say in good language, the mixing and spreading over the substance with another substance due to the movement of the motion of the particles is called the diffusion. So as diffusion, it will depend on the movement of the motion of the particles. So that is why we can say that in case of gaseous particles, diffusion will be more, because in case of gaseous particles, they having very much less intermolecular force of attraction, and they having very little space, too much space among the gaseous particles, so they can move here and there and they can mix properly. Okay, and due to the movement or motion of the particles, they can be mixed and spreaded out of a substance with another substance, and this is called diffusion. Okay, so one more example, already I told you that if KMNO4 means that potassium permanganate, which is violet in color. Okay, so if we give some potassium permanganate into the some amount of water, then we can get the purple color solution, because potassium permanganate, that the particles, they are spreaded over the H2O molecules, water molecule. So if we dilute the solution, that means if we add the water, maximum amount of water, and if you add some dilute the solution, then we can see that the observation, the purple color becomes faint and it is converted to pink. So that means why? That the particles of the matter, they are continuously moving and they are mixing to one another due to the diffusion in nature, and it is maximum in case of gaseous particles, that already we have discussed. And diffusion in gases is very first due to that factor that it has very low force of attraction among the gaseous particles, so that is why they can move freely and they can move very quickly in all directions. Okay, so now some examples I am giving for that, for this kind of observations. So like the smell of food whenever it is being cooked in the kitchen reaches us even from a considerable distance. We can get the smell of the food if we sit several meters away. So for that reason, because the gaseous particles, they can spread over the air particles, and the gaseous particles can move from here to there in all directions, and we can get the smell of the food as well as the smell of the perfume. Suppose any of someone opens a bottle of perfume in the corner of the room, the smell of the perfume, it will spread in the whole room quickly, and same reason it is there, due to the diffusion nature, it is present in case of gaseous particles, they can mix with another gaseous particles present in the air and they can move in all directions. So that is why if we sit in several meters away, if we can get the smell of the perfume as well as we can get the smell of the food being cooked. Okay, so this kind of some examples, it is given in this note, all of you can see that. And next, diffusion is liquid is also possible, But in the diffusion, it is more in case of course, in the gaseous particles rather than liquid particles, because the particles in liquid, they move slower as they having more intermolecular force of attraction rather than gaseous particles. And solid is also can be diffused into the liquid. Just now I have given that example, that potassium permanganate, if we take some pinch amount of that and if we add into a beaker of water, then we can see that after some time we will get a purple color solution. So that means that solid potassium permanganate, it is already spreaded over the whole water and we are getting the color of the solution being changed. Okay, so liquid is also can be spreaded over the liquid, as if we drop some amount of ink into a beaker of water, then the color of the solution, it will take the as it is present in the color of the ink. So by this way, diffusion is possible in case of for each states of the matter. Okay, but it is maximum, all of you remember that it is maximum in case of gaseous particles, because they have the less intermolecular force of attraction and they can easily move, their movement is very much faster, that is the factor. Okay, and due to this kind of diffusion nature of the matter, the gases like carbon dioxide and oxygen, they are very much essential for the survival of the aquatic plants and elements. And the carbon dioxide gas and oxygen gas present in the air, and they can be diffused in the water, like in the rivers, like in the sea, like in the ponds, and dissolve in it. And aquatic plants and aquatic elements, they can use this dissolved the carbon dioxide as well as the oxygen, that dissolved carbon dioxide, it will be used for the aquatic plants, and dissolved oxygen, they can be used for the aquatic animals. So due to this diffusion nature of the matter, that carbon dioxide gas and oxygen gas, the gases, that carbon dioxide, the dissolved carbon dioxide, it is used for the aquatic plants for the preparation of food by photosynthesis, and for aquatic animals, the aquatic animals can use the dissolved oxygen of water for breathing. So this is the main purpose, and this is a very good common example, practical example in our real life, that the particles of matter can diffuse. Okay, so diffusion in solids is very slow process. It is very much, it will take so much time. So due to the very much intermolecular force of attraction among the particles of the solid, that is why diffusion process of the particles is very low. So if two metal blocks are bound together tightly and kept undisturbed for a few years, then the particles of one metal are found to have diffused into the other metal. Okay, so if you write something on a blackboard and leave it uncleaned for a considerable period of time, at least for 10 to 15 days, then we can find that it becomes quite difficult to clean the blackboard afterwards. What is the fact? This is due to the fact some particles of the chalk, they have already diffused in the surface of the blackboard. So this is the example of that solid particles can diffuse. Okay, so gases diffuses very rapidly, that we already have discussed, that they have very small, very few intermolecular force of attraction. Now we are coming to our next topic, that is states of matter. States of matter, it is having three states of matter generally we see. One is solid, liquid, and another one is gas. So in case of solid matter, we have some characteristics that we can identify it is existing in the solid state. That solid have definite shape and volume, and they are harder than liquid and gases. So solid particles, they have the definite shape and volume, and obviously they are tightly packed due to the intermolecular force of attraction, too much intermolecular force of attraction, and they are harder, of course, rather than liquid and gases. And liquid has some definite volume but don't have a fixed shape, because if you take some amount of water in any container, you can see that it can take the shape of that container only. And gaseous particles, they have do not they have any fixed shape or fixed volume, because if you take some amount of the gaseous particles in a container, it will take the whole space of the container. And more one state, it is that plasma state, it is fused or ionic state of the matter. So generally we can see the plasma state in core of the sun and stars, and fused ionic mass is neutral, as it consists of positive ions and a pool of electrons. Why neutral? Because positive ions, protons are that it is present, and it is pool of, also it is containing a pool of electrons. Okay, and approximately 99% of the universe is a fused ionic mass. So compare the characteristics of solid, liquid and gas. There is a comparison, it is written how we can compare that solid, liquid and gas. That solid, it is having the definite shape and volume. Liquid having definite volume but do not have a definite shape, and gases have no fixed volume, no fixed shape. If we go through density, then solid have high density, liquid have high density but less than that of solid, and gases having very low density. Now next, solids show only slight expansion on heating, because they are tightly packed, they are not breakable, that is why. But in case of liquids, it will show slight expansion on heating but more than that of solid, and gases expands considerably on heating. So if we go but that expansion, that we can see solid show only slight expansion on heating, liquid show slight expansion on heating but more than that of solid, and in case of gases, gases can expand considerably on heating. Next we are coming, they have, in case of solid, they have slight or no compressibility. The solid particles cannot be compressed easily, but liquid particles, they can be slightly compressible and more than solid, and gaseous particles, they having very much compressibility. The solid particles, number 5, cannot flow. Of course, they are tightly packed. They are not loosely bound. That is why they cannot flow. They cannot move here and there like fluidity tendency. They are very rigid. But in case of liquid, liquids generally flow easily, and gases, they can flow, even they can flow from here to there very fastly and freely they can move. In case of boiling point, if we go number 6, they have very much melting and boiling point. Their boiling point and melting point is very high, because boiling point, melting point, the amount of energy, heat energy required, the temperature at which the solid starts to melt. That means energy requirement for solid, it is greater. That is why boiling point and melting point, they have above the room temperature. For liquid, generally melting point, they having below the room temperature, and gases both are having below the room temperature. And the last one, intermolecular forces of the solid particles, they are very strong and they are closely packed. They can pack closely, that means they having very small space among them, and intermolecular force is strong enough in case of liquid particles but not strong enough to keep them in the fixed position. They can flow. So intermolecular force of attraction in case of solid, it is highest. Intermolecular force of attraction of liquid, it is having some force of attraction but lesser than that of solid particles and greater than that of liquid particles. And the last one, for the gaseous particles, the intermolecular force of attraction is very weak and the particles can freely move. So these 7 points we have to know for solid, liquid and gas. If the characteristics, if you want to write, then according to them, according to solid, 7 characteristics you can write, liquid and gases also. So up to that, today it is over. In our next video, we will continue our next topic. Thank you.